Hello chess lovers, I'm on lichess.org and now I would like to solve some chess puzzles. Let's find it. Here are our puzzles and let's start solving some puzzles. I'm receiving some challenges, but sorry guys, right now I'm busy. And let's have a look at what do we have. This is going to be our first puzzle and let's look for weaknesses. Materially we are equal, and what's going to be the winning move? Okay, we can give a check and win the bishop, right? Probably I should have asked you to try to solve it yourself. And should we capture? Yes, this was the right answer. Our rating was... Where is our rating? Okay, your puzzle rating 1782. It just moved its queen and you can think yourself as well and try to find the solution. I have already found the solution. What about you? Looks like that this rook f6 is just winning on the spot, right? I don't think that black has a defensive option. Okay, this was the correct version and we solved the puzzle. Another puzzle. Can we go for today up to 2200? Let's give it a try. White just made king e1 and I think that we should do something with this h file. There is a weakness, I guess. What about rook h8 and then we can capture on e5? I think that this is going to be winning, right? Rook h8. Let's make the move, yes. And now we can simply grab this, right? Yes. We also managed to solve this puzzle correctly. Okay, another puzzle. Black just played knight e4. Here we have this piece hanging on b4, but we can't capture it with the a pawn because he will capture on a1. That's why we should think about capturing on b4 with the queen. But let's see, is there any counter-attacking moves by black? Black is putting pressure on c, but I think that there is nothing that black can do. Let's capture on b4 with the queen, and this much. The puzzle is solved. Okay, another puzzle. Black just captured on f2 and the rook on e2 is actually hanging, right? Rook on e2 is hanging. If we capture on e2, what can black do? At the same time, no, we are not protecting it. We are not protecting it. Okay, I solved it. Okay, I solved it. Looks like that rook takes f2 is the winning move, because if you capture on e2 with a bishop, then you will capture on d3. This is not going to be too good. That's why we should capture on f2 with the rook. If rook d3, then rook e2. If here, then we will recapture with the knight. Oh, damned! Damned. No, this is also not worth. That's why we should play. But why didn't I go for... I was looking for a harder solution. Why didn't... Okay, rook f2. What do we have in the end? I blundered this knight d2 move, right? I blundered knight d2 move. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for my blunder. I lost a game. I lost a game and now it's our turn. Okay, looks like that I managed to solve. What about you? What about capturing on b4? If knight takes b4, then queen a4 check. Knight will retreat back and then we will play d5. I think that this is going to work pretty effectively, right? Unlike the previous time, I think this should work. Okay, and now let's give a check. Check and play d5. Okay, let's just capture, right? Okay, if knight here, then simply here. Okay, this one was easy, and we have another puzzle. materially we're equal, but there are... Ah, okay. Looks like that I have managed to solve the puzzle. Look, if we could... Now look, we can bring our rook to e2 square, attack the bishop, and if he will move away his bishop, we can give a check from f2, fork the rook and the king. But in that case, he can play king f1 and counterattack our rook, right? And counterattack our rook. That's going to be awkward, but I think that that's a move which should work. That should definitely work. Okay, we're playing, for example, rook e2. Let's consider, for example, bishop a3 is not a good. Bishop c1, for example. Bishop c1, and what then? We can give a check, king f1. King f1, and the thing is that white is managing to win our rook back. There should be a move, right? There should... Ah, okay. Wait. No, wait. I'm sorry, sir. Right now I'm busy. Sorry. Sorry, Suren is solving a puzzle. But at some point we can even give a try, double up the rooks and go for some mating ideas. Bishop g3, so forth, so on. Okay, let's risk and go for rook e2, though I can't see up to the end. What? Rook takes f5. We will simply capture here. But wait, what about bishop c1? Ah, first you are playing here, then here, and then what? Bishop e4? Yes, it's coming after the pawn on g2 square, right? That was the idea. I was concentrated on bishop f2 check, but it turned out that there was another idea with putting pressure on g2. Okay, not a real. I actually didn't manage to solve that previous one precisely, but okay, I managed to get 29 points. Let's think. We have another puzzle right now, and I think that there should be a back rank weakness. I think so, at least. And let's think, or this f2 pawn is also weakened. What shall we do? Let's give a try and think a bit. Can we lure away this rook with some queen d6 or queen d3 moves? But he will simply play king f1 and there is not much. He will play rook f1 and there is not much we can do, right? What about rook f8? Rook f8, rook f1. I think that this is going to work. Rook f8. You can't play f3 because can get checkmate hit. And if I move like rook f1, then I can simply grab this. And then he can get checkmated. Yes, let's go for rook f8. Okay. He played king d5. We didn't consider this defensive resource. Queen d5, sorry, queen d5. And now shall we capture on f2 with the f pawn or with the e pawn? This is the question. But this looks, of course, more active. Although if we capture here, guys, this should work. Yes, this of course here. But now g3 was played. What about simply swallowing this pawn on h2 as well? That will be very greedy, but why not? Why not? Why not, guys? Let's just capture on h2 as well, and then we will threaten queen g3. I think that this should work. Looks easy, but oh damn! What? Damn! That was a mistake. Why? 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 Oh no! Ah, okay. Here check, and then we are forking. Oh no! Oh no! But what's wrong with this move? Oh, he can play here, and actually we can't do anything right. He's offering an exchange of queens. So bad of me. I lost another puzzle. Okay. We can capture on d4 and then fork the bishop and the king, right? This looks easy. I think this looks easy. Check, right? Check, and yeah, this one was easy, unlike the previous one. Okay, we have another puzzle. Materially we are equal. The first move which came to mind was knight takes d4. Knight takes d4. If bishop e2, knight e2. If he takes d4, then bishop takes g4. This looks easy, I think. Shall we go for it? Yes, I hope that I didn't miscalculate and this will work. And then let's capture back. Okay. Okay, we passed 22,000 rating. We have another puzzle. Sorry, guys. I don't know, maybe I should turn off these challenges, but I don't know how to do it when solving puzzles or recording a video. With his last move, white played f takes g6. Materially we're equal. At any moment there can be some discard checks, but right now this pawn's path is blocked by black bishop. And okay, the bishop is actually hanging on g5, right? Can't we simply capture that poor bishop? I think we can. And if here g takes h7, then we can even play king h8, hide behind that. Yeah, let's hide behind, because if we capture, he can give some discovered checks. I think that's going to be nasty. This is like in King's Gambit, you're hiding behind the pawn and is using it as a shield. I don't think that white can do anything. Yes, because if you capture here, then not even e5, but yes, e5 check is also winning, right? And only then. The computer was suggesting knight g3 straight away. But I have completely overlooked that queen h5 threat. I was thinking for some pawn storm. Okay, anyways, we managed to solve that as well. And we have another puzzle. This bishop looks awkwardly, but we can't give a check because the a4 square is controlled by the knight on b6. Let's think. Chess loves when you're thinking. When solving... okay. Looks like that I managed to solve the puzzle. What about you? Okay, we can play queen d4 and fork the rook and the bishop, right? If bishop takes f3, then simply queen takes h8. I think that this one was easy. Let's go for it and let's grab this. Okay. 2056. 2056. Another puzzle. Materially we're equal. At some point there can be some back rank weaknesses, but right now he's threatening to grab our bishop on f3. This really can be very awkward, but we can also play rook c1. Rook c1. If he captures on f3, this won't give him anything. And if knight c2, then already, if knight c2, then we can go for some bishop e4 and put pressure here. Yes, looks like that this is going to be winning. Shall we go for it? Yes, let's go for it. I don't think that our opponent can do anything better. Let's recapture. And here. This one was easy. We have another puzzle meanwhile. We have another puzzle, and let's give it a try and solve this. Bishop f3 was played. This queen on b7 is actually placed awkwardly. Can we swallow that queen? Somehow, let's trap that queen. I think that there should be a way to trap this queen. But how? That's the question. How can we trap this queen? What about rook b8? If we play rook b8, then the c6 square is controlled. Looks like after rook b8, rook cb8, white queen is getting trapped, right? Is there anything which I can't see? Oh, okay, this one was also a simple puzzle. Another puzzle, king f1. What about this check and capture it? Capture the bishop. I'm actually facing very easy puzzles, right, guys? I'm looking for some serious ones. Shall we go for it? Okay, let's go for it. Let's give that nasty check. And now shall we capture the bishop on f8, or the pawn is on d5 is actually hanging and I don't want to give up that pawn. That's why we should first give a check. This is very important. Protect the pawn and then win the bishop. Otherwise, I think he can draw the game if he can win the pawn on d5. That was an important move. Okay, we are already 21-17. Let's go for 2200 for today. Though, well, this is going to be tough, right? Tough. At any moment we can play rook c2 and fork black queen and the bishop. But the thing is that this is also hanging, but the thing is that I'm thinking first exchanging the knights on e5, simplifying the position and then going for rook c2. But let's understand the difference. What about, for example, you're playing rook c2 straight away? Then what can he do? Rook c2 straight away. This is crazy, guys. I don't know for sure, but I think that. But my sixth sense says that you should first capture on e5. This is not good. I'm not managing to understand the difference. If rook c2, then what can be black's response? Maybe some queen b3 moves coming after the pawn on f7. I guess that what white can do. I guess that what white can do. That's why that's kept. Oh, damn. So I've seen this, but and only then we should capture, and then here, right? I'm so bad in chess. How could I overlook it? And now what shall we play? There is a back rank weakness. Sorry, right now there is this nasty threat, right? Rook d8 is the nastiest threat. We can block the rook's path by playing knight d5. Knight d5 actually. Bishop d5 is not good. Knight d5, yeah. And this is all she wrote, but let's understand the difference. If we are capturing in here and then playing rook c2, then why? Ah, okay, and already there is that rook d8 threat. If you capture, then this is terrible destruction. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for overlooking that threat, and we have another puzzle. I think that at any moment we can play like 95, and this is going to be winning, right? Shall we go for 95? Or at least capture and then... No, I think first we can straight away. 95. 95, if bishop e2, then simply we can grab on e2, right? Let's go for it. And let's simply grab this. Okay. We can't capture on e5 with e2 rook because he can capture on g4. That's why we should win this poor knight with a rook on e8. We have another puzzle, and looks like that black king is in a mating net. But how can we checkmate? What about knight f7 check and then here, and mate is coming? I think that this is a checkmate for sure. Check and then the rook is coming. Let's go for it. Here. Okay, this one easy for me. Let's grab this and the game is over because... Okay, he can play actually and block our rook's path, but black lost a rook. Let's go for another puzzle. Black bishop captured on e5. What was on e5? Ah, a poor pawn. Okay, he's coming after the knight on d5. But the thing is that we can capture on e5 with a rook. Temporarily protect the knight. If rook takes e5, then in that case, if we recapture, we will lose our beloved knight. That's why we have to make a decision. We should capture on d5, and then if rook takes d5, then knight f4. Yes, looks like that this is going to work, and then we will both attack the queen and then capture on e5. Let's go for it, and then knight f4. Okay, knight f4. But now we have several options, right? Okay, I didn't consider actually this move. What's the difference? If we capture on d3, he will capture and will win this. That's why we should actually capture on c5. Actually, this was a very beautiful defensive move, this rook c5. I've completely overlooked it. That's why we should capture, because this is very important, guys. If you capture on d3, then rook c6, and white is actually a pawn up, we should struggle to draw the game. Let's go forward and try to solve the next puzzle. Queen c2 was played, materially were equal. This knight on h4 is actually placed awkwardly, but looks like that I managed to solve this. What about playing e4? If you capture, then queen g4 will fork the knight and the bishop. And if bishop retreats back, no. Yes. If bishop e2, then instead of queen g4, we do not have queen g4 anymore, we can play g5. We should first go for this, and only then queen g4. And let's grab this. Okay, we have g6 move. I don't like the weaknesses of the light square, dark squares. Actually, we should give a try and exploit those weaknesses. But right now the bishop on c5 is hanging, and what if we can simply capture on c5 with the queen? Right? Or is there a checkmate? I don't think that there can be a checkmate in this position. If the rook were on a f4 square, we could have go for queen h7 check and then checkmate, but we do not have a rook on f4, guys. And the only thing which we can do is just capture on c5 and win a piece. I think this is what we should do. Yes, this was simple, guys. This was simple. What was played? Okay, he captured our pawn on e5. And actually, this looks very difficult. We have a rook hanging on d1, but if we capture on d1, this can be actually very dangerous. He can start giving some checks. What about some h3 moves? But he's not forced to go on the first rank. He can play king h2, and in that case we can't do anything, right? I don't know. But this h3 looks tempting. And if king h2, then okay, we're capturing on d1. And then he's playing, for example, rook g5 check. I can understand actually playing h3 because we won't allow him to play some g takes h4 and protect his rook. But okay, we're playing h3 check, king h2, queen d1, rook g5 check, king f6 maybe. All this looks very crazy, but I think that they should. What about, look, what if we will capture on d1 straight away? Then rook g5 check, king f6, and king f6, he will capture, queen f3 won't play. I'm actually not managing to calculate all those lines. I don't know, those are very tricky lines and I'm not sure that we can do anything in there. Let's give this... damn, this was wrong. So we should capture straight away, right? And then f6 or... What was the rating of this puzzle? This had a 2341 rating. Like this, and then... Shall we capture on d6? No, there are some threats. What about this move? Okay. But what if, for example, we can first give some check and then play here? Then here, and then king. What's the difference? Here, we're playing like this. In this case, he can play f3, right? If we will not have queen g3 anymore. Okay, I was just thinking that it won't be so easy just to capture on d1, but I was wrong, and we have another puzzle. g3 was played, he's protecting his bishop on f4. The first move which came to mind was rook takes f4. This is crazy, but we have g5, if he moves away his bishop, then g4. This looks crazy, but I think that this should work. Okay. And if he moves away his bishop, then g4 is coming. This pin is actually unbearable. Let's go for the next puzzle. He just captured on e4. What was on e4? He grabbed our knight. And now what? Why not capturing on e5? I think that will be very, very interesting. Let's capture on e5 with the pawn, because if we capture on e4 with the rook, actually this won't give us anything. We should capture here, and then we should grab this queen, right? And then here. Okay, this one was easy. Another puzzle. We have a deadly pin. This is going to play a very important role, a hanging pawn. But right now we are materially equal. And what about bishop takes e4? Then he will recapture with the queen. That's why. Instead of bishop takes e4, we should go for here. No, he will recapture with the knight. What else can we do? Let's think. Let's think and try to find out. Try to find that winning move, right? Okay. Let me think, my dear chess lovers. What about capturing on d4 simply? But he will play knight c3. Knight c3, and then in that case, if knight c3, then we can capture this bishop, right? But if queen takes d4, what about the move like f3? f3. Then we can captured. Okay, in the end of the day, we're forking on e4. Let's go for this. He castled. We can capture on here, right? And then on h4. Yes. And then on h4. Here is the line which I was thinking. I was calculating. Now if f3, I was thinking for f3, but now here, you're capturing and then you're forking the king and the bishop and the game is over. Let's go for another puzzle. Queen a5 check. Okay, this will be very passive to protect. We can actually play bishop d2. He can't win our bishop because of this deadly fork, right? Right now we are materially equal. If we play bishop d2, he can move back his queen on d8. And what will it give us? Okay. In that case, we should play b4, guys. b4. Because we need this bishop on f4 to take the knight on e5. Let's go for b4. The bishop is untouchable because of the fork. And now we can capture on e5. Simple. This had the rating 2116, but why did it give me 15 points? I'm not sure. Okay, this is going to be the last one if I can solve this, because in that case we will surpass 2200 rating. We have a knight hanging on d2, right? But if we capture, his queen will intrude inside our camp, and looks like that there is not much we can do. But look, I can capture if queen f6. Looks like that's going to be the only move, right? All other squares are covered. And then queen g5. If queen takes e6, then king f8. I don't know, king g7. I think this is going to work. Queen g5, right? Shall we go for it? There is this threat because, and this, we can give up the pawn on e6. Okay, and now of course king h8 is losing. He can give a check and then checkmate us. That's why we should go for king g7, the only move. Yes, guys, I managed to solve it and we did it. Right now my rating is 2214. Next time we will give it a try and we'll try to go further. Yes. Thank you, dear chess lovers. I hope that this was interesting for you. Hope that you have learned something, and I will see you in the next video. Try to solve as many chess puzzles as possible, because this is what will make you really very strong. Good luck.